Hello and welcome back to another video, and in this one we'll be looking at this Olympus Pearlcorder J300. It's a micro cassette recorder. Now I've always wanted to do something with a micro cassette ever since I got hold of some of these. So these are micro cassettes, these ones here are TDK. And this Olympus comes with an Olympus micro cassette. So to give you an idea of the scale, this is a micro cassette and here's a standard size tape cassette. And as you know, I'm a big fan of kind of tape formats, like, be it watching movies on VHS or listening to tapes. So I just loved the way that was just a smaller version. Just something about it I just really thought was quite fun. So finally got my hands on a good micro cassette recorder. And in this video, we'll take a look at the box and just point out the headline features on the back. And then we'll open it up, put some batteries in, demonstrate it working. Should only be a short video, but hopefully a good one. So put that to one side. So here's the box. On the front, it just says, micro cassette recorder. The VCVA, as you'll see in the back, is voice actuation, ultra compact. Basically the same on there. Lightweight, efficient and modern. Variable control voice actuator, so basically it records only when you speak, or you can put it onto a different one. Pause, fast play, eject, tape counter, microphone, micro cassette included, which you've got there. The XB60 is included, the original one. Taking a look inside, it's quite nicely put together in terms of, got this little flap here to allow space for some of the paperwork, so you can just pull everything out. And inside there is just kind of the accessories. So what are we looking at here? So just showing microphones, remotes, headsets, adapters, etc. Big list of what's compatible with what and which model to get. That's always handy. And then the manual, it's quite large, it's got a number of different languages, but it's fairly straightforward in it, and I'll just show us it using it instead. So moving on to the device, again, it's really easy to get out. It comes in its in a container, so just give it a little tug and out it comes. Condition wise, it's really good. I think it's probably only been used a couple of times and then been put back in its box. There's the slightest little mark just there from maybe just rubbing against the box. Other than that, there's really not much to highlight. So as you can see on the front, you've got the this lovely panel where our micro cassette will go in. You've got the counter there and our speaker. Up at the top, we've got record, play, stop and eject, and then there's also a slider here to rewind by pushing up, fast forward by pushing down, and a pause button as well. A light at the top when in record mode, and also the microphone socket up at the top. On the other side, we've got a couple of options, so we can play speed at it looks like 24 and 12, but it's actually 2.4 or 2.4 or 1.2, and that's what is it, centimeters per second or whatever the unit is. So basically this is a higher quality, so if you put it on 2.4, you're using up more tape as you record. So on a 60-minute tape, in this setting, it will do half an hour on each side, but if you put it in this one, you'll get an hour out of each side, but the quality won't be as good. Beneath there, you can see fast play, off, and VCVA. So this doubles up. So when you're recording, if you have it down here at the VCVA, it means that as you're recording, when it picks up your voice, it will record, and when you stop talking, it will stop. You can override that in the record mode by putting it onto there, and then it will just record all the time. The alternative as well is when you're playing back, you can leave it in this mode here, which plays at 100% speed, or you can do fast play, which I can't remember from the manual the exact setting, but I think it plays back at about 20% faster. So if you're just wanting to listen back to the notes of a meeting, you might just want to speed it up slightly, just like when you go on YouTube and you say playback speed and it's like 1.25, that kind of thing. Other than that, you've got the strap here and the battery bay. Just two AA batteries to go inside there, and then on the back, as you can see, it just basically says the Olympus there. It says what batteries you need. Oh, and the volume dial, whatever you want to call it, just there. So let's pop some batteries in and take a look. So stop eject, pop the micro cassette in just like you would a normal tape. I just think it's so sweet. I really do like the format. So you pop that in there, and so you know, of course we'll need some batteries. Now I'll just there's nothing on this side. There's a little bit, there's about 5 seconds of talk at the start of A, but what I'm going to do is record over those just when put it recording in a quiet room, so there's nothing on the tape. So if I press play, we're at the end of that one. So yeah, what I'll do instead is I will put inside A, because we're at the start of A, end of B, and I'm just going to fast forward. So I'll demonstrate that first. So pulling back the slider, you can see the tape is fast forwarding. Slider up, you can see it rewinding. So I'm just going to fast forward for a little bit just so we're getting some clear tape. And as that's working, you can see the counter flying along there. And I might as well demonstrate in fact, we'll do the count. Yeah, we'll do the counter now, so we can rewind, get back to where it was. So there'll be nothing here, but if I press play now, as we're playing, it's going along. You can also do a kind of bit of a fast forward whilst it's in play mode, and a bit of a rewind. And obviously when you're going back, you're going to go back to where you recorded potentially. So if we stop that there at the 0. Okay, so now we'll demonstrate it. I've just refilmed this bit because it was voice activated. As I was commentating it, it wasn't particularly clear what I was doing. So I've re-zeroed that and set it into the voice activated. So what you're going to see in a second is I'm going to press record. Nothing will happen, but when I talk, you'll see the tape move and you'll see the counter move. So here we go. This is a test of the Olympus J300. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So there you could see it, it only moved to my voice. We've just moved the counter on, so now we know that to go back to 0. So we're just going to rewind. And that brings us back, and then we'll do playback. So we saw all that working, and I forgot in the manual it also says to set, if you're using a microphone, this will also set the sensitivity. So I'm just going to put that in the middle. Now the alternative is, if I'm just going to 0 it again, we can put it into this mode and it will record constantly. So regardless of what I'm doing right now, the Olympus will continue to record. And at this point I'll also demonstrate there is a pause, so you can also pause, stop, and we'll rewind that back. And play.
So, regardless of what I'm doing right now, the Olympus will continue to record.
So that was an example where we'd chosen to put it into the constant record mode, but then when I played it back, it was going at a higher speed. So if I put it back in, so if you remember to put that back to here and play.
So, regardless of what I'm doing right now, the Olympus will continue to record.
So you can hear it normally, but should you rewind and leave this on when you listen to it back?
So, regardless of what I'm doing right now, the Olympus will continue to record. And at this point, I'll also demonstrate there is a pause.
So it reminds me a little bit like, you know, in the Talk Boys, the Home Alone Talk Boy type thing, where you're basically just recording and then it plays back at a faster speed to be more high pitched, or a slower speed to be lower pitched. But yeah, so that was a good opportunity to demonstrate that as well. So I don't think there's anything else really to show on there. So we've shown the record, the play, the stop eject, the fast forward, the rewind, the pause option there, the counter moves. You can record in higher quality or lower quality to get more out of the tape. You can have voice activated on or off using these, and playback you can either have normal speed or faster. One of the things I haven't checked on here is I haven't checked the microphone / earpiece, and I also haven't checked it on DC. It's just kind of as it would come out of the box. Yeah, so a really nice little thing, fun to be able to you know, actually have a bit of a play with the micro cassette format, something I've always wanted to do. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, share, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out. And until the next one, all the best, take care, and see ya.